Hello everyone, welcome you all in this video lecture. So in this video tutorial we will discuss about a special type of chromatography named as column chromatography. So let's start with the introductive part. So at first let's understand some basic facts about the chromatography. So basically the chromatography is very important biophysical technique, and it is a very important technique used for separation, identification and purification of the components from any mixture or any sample, which is used for the qualitative and quantitative analysis for this product or this compound. So basically the chromatography enables the separation and identification of the components from any sample mixture. Now the word chromatography is made up of two words, which are chroma and graphene. So here the chroma and graphene are Greek words in which the chroma means color and the word graphene means to write. So basically the word chromatography is used for the separation of pigments, and at first it was used to separate plant pigments. That's why it is named as chromatography, where the chroma means color. So at first the Russian botanist named as Michael Sweat coined the term chromatography in 1906, and after that first analytical use of this method was described by two scientists named as James and Martin in 1952. And he used the type of chromatography named as gas chromatography for the analysis of several types of fatty acid mixtures. Now the chromatography can be of different types. So there are several important types of chromatography like column chromatography, paper chromatography, gas chromatography and many others. So in this video lecture, we will discuss about a particular type of chromatography, its principle and its procedure, which is named as column chromatography. So let's start some basic facts about the column chromatography. So the column chromatography is also a type of chromatography, and it is a type of adsorption chromatography, which is also a form of chromatography method. Now this technique is used to separate a single chemical compound from a mixture. So this is also used for the separation and identification of the particular compound from a sample mixture. Here, the column chromatography is widely used method for the purification of chemical compounds in the lab, and it is a separation technique which have two phases, which are stationary phase and another one is mobile phase. And in the method of column chromatography, the mobile phase is carrying a mixture which is caused to move in contact with a selectively absorbent stationary phase. So this is the type, or there are some basic facts about the column chromatography. So now let's understand some characteristic features about the column chromatography. So it is the technique in which the substances or the mixtures are introduced onto top of a column, which is packed within the adsorbent. So as we have discussed that it is a type of adsorption chromatography, and it uses the principle of adsorption. So in this method, the mixture is introduced on the top of a column. That's why it is named as column chromatography. And here the stationary phase is solid and the mobile phase can be liquid or gas. As we have discussed in our earlier slide, that all the methods of chromatography have two main bases, which are mobile phase and stationary phase, and these stationary phase and mobile phase can be different types in different types of chromatographic methods. Now the method of column chromatography was first discovered by D.T. Day in the year 1900. So this is the method, or this is the characteristic features about the column chromatography. So now, before moving to the procedure of column chromatography, let's understand about the principle in which the column chromatography method works. So basically all the chromatography types work in the similar principle. all the chromatography methods have two phases named as a stationary phase and the another one is named as mobile phase. So in the process of column chromatography, the mobile phase can be gas or liquid which is introduced in the top of the column, and that's why it is named as column chromatography. So here when the mobile phase which have the mixture or the sample component which need to be separated introduced from the top of the column, it moves, and the movement of all the individual components from the sample mixture occur in different rates according to their differences, and those components which have the lower adsorption affinity moves faster and they remove first from the column, whereas all the other components which have faster affinity and greater adsorption affinity moves slowly from the column and they remove later. And by this process the components are separated from the column chromatography method. So here the adsorption of all the solute molecules to the column occur in the reversible manner, and we can also assume the rate of movement of all the components by a particular formula, and the formula is Rf equal to distance travelled by the solute molecules upon the distance travelled by the solvent, which is sample mixture. Here the Rf indicates the retardation factor of all the components which is on the sample mixture. Now let's understand about the types of column chromatography. So basically column chromatography can be of two types which are named as liquid column chromatography and the another one is named as gas column chromatography. So when the chromatography sample have liquid mobile phase, it is named as liquid chromatography, and when the mobile phase have the gaseous substance, it is called as gas chromatography. Now there are different types of column chromatography which are also called as forms of column chromatography, and these forms are adsorption chromatography, partition chromatography, ion exchange chromatography and gel chromatography. So these are some major forms of the column chromatography. So now let's understand about the procedure of column chromatography method, or what is the working mechanism of this method. So basically before moving to the steps, let's understand about some principle or some important instruments used for this method. So the instruments used: a stationary phase which is chosen to be the appropriate for the analytes which are separated by this method, and a column used to the column chromatography method, a mobile phase or the delivery system, and an injector system which is used to introduce the sample onto the column, and a final instrument used as a detector which is used to detect the components from the sample mixture. Now the steps of column chromatography method include preparation of the column, followed by the sample introduction, then elution, and the final step include detection of the components. So here the first step is preparation of the column. So in the method of column chromatography, it is separated by the help of columns which are consist of a glass tube like a test tube or any other type of glass tube which is packed with a suitable stationary phase. So basically the column can be prepared by two types which are named as dry filling, which is poured or filled by a dry powder in the column, and the another type is wet filling or wet packing. The second step includes sample introduction. So we know that we have a sample mixture in which the desired component is mixed, which is to be separated by the method of column chromatography. So the sample having the mixture of different components, and the entire sample is introduced into the column by the injector system. Now the third step include elution. So basically by the technique of elution, the individual components are separated out from the column. We know that about the principle of the column chromatography. On the differences of the movement, all the different components are moved from the column. Some are moved in the faster rate and some other move in the slower rate. So they are eluted by this column with the help of elution technique, and it can be completed by two different methods which are named as isocratic elution technique, and the another one is gradient elution technique. So the final step of the column chromatography method include detection of components. When the separation of all the components from the sample mixture completed, it need to be detected or to identify that what are the components and what is the desired component from the sample mixture. So in this case, the small fractions of the elutant are collected and they are labeled in tubes, and then the composition of each fraction is analyzed by the method of TLC. So thus the detection of these components completed. Now let's discuss about the applications of the column chromatography method. So this method is widely used for the separation of different types of mixture of compounds in labs and in many other industrial fields. The method is widely used for the removal of impurities and also used in the industrial field for the purification processes. It is also used for the isolation of different types of active constituents from the sample mixture and used for the isolation of metabolites from the biological fluids or different types of biological membranes or another types of fluids. The another application of column chromatography method include estimation of drugs from the crude extracts. So when we have a crude extract, we can use the method of column chromatography to estimate the drug from this extract. So these are several applications of this method, and the column chromatography has different advantages because it is used for any type of mixture which can be separated by this method, and in this method automation can be possible. But due to the automation, it become more complicated and more costly method, and it is also a time consuming method because it have the automation. That's why there are several limitations with this process. So in this video lecture we have discussed about the column chromatography, its principle and procedure, and applications of the column chromatography method. Thank you.